Hey guys, how are you? Good. We're gonna do a reading, and we're gonna do a really quick reading. This is just gonna breeze through the elements. I got a new deck a while ago, and I haven't used it, and it is an amazing herb deck. Okay. Here's the back for some of you. So you can see there's different herbs on it. I just thought I'd do a quick little manifestation kind of. Do you know what I mean? Reading. Okay. Okay. Hey, Queen. Do you want to be a part of it? Say hi. Say hi to other people. Yeah. Just please don't knock it. That's the only thing I ask. Okay. So here we go. We're going to pick some cards for the signs. Okay. So we're going to go by elements instead of signs, because again, this is going to be a quick video. And we're going to, again, this is herbs. And again, you know, my nails obviously still not done. Okay. Are you trying to pick my finger? Is that what you want to choose me? Do I get to be chosen? Okay. Which one do you want? Okay, so we'll do Earth first. So who do you think for Earth? Which one do you think for Earth? Okay. So this one. Okay. You think this one? Okay. Well, you can't choose it. You know, you gotta let me. This one and this one. Okay. So let's do fire. Over here. Evie, what do you think for fire? So here's one for fire. When you just want, maybe fire signs need a nap. You just lay down. Yeah. Okay. You think this one? Over here, we need one more for fire. Okay. Okay. So this one for fire. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Okay. Over here, we got water over here. Come help water signs. Come here. Come here. Ooh, she likes her fire signs. That is adorable. Come here. Come here. Come help water. Come here. Okay. Well, then I'll move fire over here so you feel right here. Oh my gosh, fire sign. She's obsessed with you. Okay, so water is right here. Now she's getting distracted. Okay. Come on. Who do you think water should choose? Come on. What do you think? This one. This one. We need one more. What do you think? This one. Okay, so let's do air now. What do you think? What do you think? Okay, here's one. Here's one. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Okay. We're back. Okay. Come here. Okay, you can't choose me. Two more. Come here. Come here. Two more. Come in. What do you think? Right here. Okay. And who else? You want this guy? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Mama. Thank you. You could just sit him right there, okay? But we had to bring that bag over there. She's in the bags right now, so if we hear that, that's what that is, okay? Okay, she might want to do a reading for us one of these days. So, we're going to start right here, and we're going to actually start with fire, since that was her favorite. No, we had to start in order, I just got told. It's fire. This is going to be water. And this is going to be air. Okay. Okay. Here, baby. There, go take your bath. And run away. Okay. Perfect. So I hope that's all good. So Evie just helped us shuffle all of our cards for our herb reading. This is going to be based on element. So the first element that we are going to be doing is, sorry, I have spiritual things over there and I don't like those to be connected by the energy. And yeah, I'm in the midst of cleaning right now, so you can see my bed is disarrayed, but it is what it is. So I only have one day off this week, and here we are. So first off is first. So the first sign that we're going to be starting with is going to be Earth. I'm going to face these guys right here. And then I will hold them up so you can kind of see them. I'm just kidding. This is fire. This is fire. This is fire. This is fire. I know that this is fire because when I was shuffling for fire signs, purity was one of the things that popped up. So with that being said, ironically, purity has to do, as we know, is purifying ourselves. Okay. And as we know, sage, I know you guys, that finger is going to bother a lot of people that are a little bit OCD. I get it. I'm so sorry. But anyways, with this being said, for my amazing fire signs, I think that right now is going to be a really, 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 really important time for us to soothe ourselves, purify ourselves, and kind of redefine. This again are going to be quick little messages based on herbs. Redefine a new exciting mystery called life for ourselves moving forward. Fire signs, I think you're dealing with a lot of planetarian things going on, and twin flames, if you believe in that kind of thing, spiritual movement, awakening. As we know with twin flames, we will go our whole life without being with that person. Why? Because sometimes not sometimes, never can we grow with someone when there's too much toxicness in our situations. And with that being said, we have to be accountable for ourselves. And as hard as that is, especially since we all function on our 3D, right? Because we're here to join and continue together this 3D experience called life, right? I guess that's what they tell us, at least. I'm just kidding. That's how I feel. But what does it mean how we feel, right? Because all of our feelings can be different based on day, moment, time, triggers, etc., etc. So with what I'm seeing is universe is wanting us to remember, my lovely fire signs, during this time of transition and this time of complications. I'm hearing on complexions, not complexions of oneself, but things that seem more complicated than they truly are. Maybe it is a complexion thing that you're worrying about. I know I'm dealing with that because my poor skin is so very gentle, as we know. Literally, I have a skin condition that makes my skin like a baby. Babies don't do good with masks. It's basically ruining my skin, which is not actually ruining it. All it's doing is making new skin constantly appear. But in the meanwhile, you know what I mean? The poor little skin itself is just getting overly, it's not being able to be protected. And there's too much things happening that are not allowing it to be able to be as pure as it needs. Kind of like when we have too much trauma, insecurities, you know what I mean? Triggers, karmas, whatever little things, subconscious issues that we all struggle with. Each of ours are different. Sometimes it's really hard to remember that part of the whole purification process for us isn't necessarily a purification of, I'm going to take away all of these things. Right? I'm going to take away all these things for myself and purify myself. That's not necessarily what it means. We don't need to be extremists, right? Because we are humans experiencing the human 3D world, and we can't be ignorant to this, right? Even though I feel like I tend to, that's one balance is key for me, right? We all have our lessons. We need to realize that sometimes the purification process, fire, has to do with self-soothing. Learning how to communicate maybe in ways that soothe us, maybe creating ambiances that soothe us, maybe creating and realizing that if I do these hard things that I don't want to do in these processes, it's going to create a smoother and soothed, a smoother process in front of us, which is going to create a more overall sensational experience in our everyday life. Meaning, the more we work on it, the less hard it gets over time, because the more it becomes part of our being and process. And then it creates somewhat of a way of creating an opportunity for us to start living within a way that not only naturally helps us purify and regulate, but it also allows us to self-soothe and create a lifestyle that is calming amongst all the chaos in the world, which, as we all know, is balance, right? Right here, then we're now doing defend, and then we have beautifully said. Now I'm going to say right off the bat, I don't know how any of these cards could be reversed, but whatever. Again, as we know, reversals to me just means that, and I have candle stuff, and yes, I have stuff on me again, you guys. This again, right, is sometimes us feeling like we have to defend ourselves to people, right? Because we all do this, we all feel this, or we feel as though maybe others are judging when they are not, right? Self-created insecurities, although let's just say they kind of are self-created, but obviously if we weren't around people that at one time of our life made us feel that certain way, we wouldn't even know that insecurity existed, right? But we choose to allow that person to actually, that person usually meant enough to us at one time that we actually, maybe took one of their insecurities that they struggled with and we brought it with us, not really realizing what it was. But sometimes when we feel like that we can't do these things, or we're not in the, in the aspects of being able to do so, or if I had all these things, then it would be different. And I think Divine is saying we can do these things, and we don't owe anyone any sort of explanation, because we have our communication with the Divine. And at the end of the day, we can communicate with people till the day we die. But the Divine knows our true intent. So of all people that we're going to communicate, it should be the people that actually know what we're truly doing, right? We can't hide from them. And that is the exciting mystery of it all. I think sometimes we don't live in mystery because sometimes I feel like sometimes life can get so chaotic that sometimes we forget about doing fun little spontaneous things because they're not part of our process, of our daily regimen. Or they're not part of our process as in we have so much going on that maybe if we do that it will take away from something else, or maybe if I do this then I won't be able to do this, or maybe it's always creates doubts and illusions, again our 3D karma in a sense, fear and ego. But sometimes we don't realize that the biggest mystery of all of our things that we truly need in our heart, that actually is going to help us get over these kind of issues that we're dealing with right in front of us. Sometimes the mystery of it all is the fact that during these experiences, since we don't have to defend ourselves to anyone other than ourselves, because that's inevitably what we do, we defend ourselves to ourselves. Because quite frankly, no one else cares. We need to always remember that. We all have our own experiences, which are chaotic enough. Can we imagine dealing with, right? And empaths can feel, but it's also a little different. But we're not going there. We don't have to defend. But sometimes the mystery of it all is the fact that when we actually do go and do these amazing things and experiences, they create this for us. And we didn't even know. We didn't even know because we thought we knew what we knew we thought. And at the end of the day, we think we know what we know, and then we know and we found out we didn't even know, or that we did know but we wouldn't have known that we knew. Because how would you know what you don't know? Okay. So that's for my amazing fire signs. Now I understand completely why little Evie loved that. Okay. Adventure on the very bottom of the deck, fire. Very proud of you. I think this is divine, basically saying, please, my furry friends, step out of your box. Okay. So now we're going to be doing our lovely and amazing earth signs. I'm shuffling the deck a little bit so when we do flip it to the bottom, then we'll know what my earth signs have. Okay, you had 50-50 in reverse earth signs. So what that's going to tell me right now is you're 50% in the 3D and you're 50%, some of you are in the 7D. Okay? Which is mighty. I roam the 7D. That's my vibe. I love the 7D. I do not understand any other vibes. But I'm learning. Okay. I'm learning. I'm trying to at least. So, just like you, right? We're all trying to understand this experience. You had service in reverse, and you had repel in reverse. Okay? We have tribulations, and then we have adaption. So it looks like tribulations and adaptions is upright, which means this is something you need to work on, but you're already kind of working on it. So what this is telling me right now is you adapt to things whether you like it or don't like it based on traditions. But they're not self-created traditions, they're family traditions. Which is going to hurt you long term, but it's part of your process to figure that out. Okay? That's basically saying I'm going to do something because someone else is telling me to do it. Well, if they told you to jump off a river or into an ocean, would you do it? You know what I mean? Like, it is go along with that. Now, the interesting thing you have... Oh, this is a hard lesson you guys are learning right now. Or you're going to learn, and this is going to be... Basically, if you don't get this, if you ignore this, it is what it is, but your life will never change. It will always stay the same. So if you're unhappy, or if you're poor, or if you're... And regardless, that is going to stay the same. Which is awesome. That Spirit's just giving us a message like this. Repel and service is in reverse. So, for those that are in... Those are things that you blatantly choose to ignore over and 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 over. Annoying, right? But that's you. Every day. Every day. Every day. Now, the brilliant part of it all is you know. So awesome. I'm not gonna tell you anything you don't know. Spirit brought it is because it's something that is impacting you in a significant way. And in some sort of way, you must be asking what is going on or why is this what it is and this is why. You're just too stubborn to understand, in a sense, right? But it's not necessarily to understand because, again, like I said, you know what I mean? But it's just kind of like, when we're kind of like, it's kind of like when Spirit's like, oh, should you really have that next drink? Do you know what I mean? Like, or should you really stay up till, this is me in Spirit every night. Should you really stay up till midnight? And then I'm like, well, why did you have to make? Every relationship I have, the person gets off late. And now, it's like, and now I have to understand a new regimen. But it's like, well, then it's like Spirit saying, well, what are you going to do to start changing it? You can't just start, and so it's kind of like these battles that we go through. We all go through them. Unfortunately, fire and earth, you guys tend to be more stubborn. So unfortunately, you guys can kind of have it where you're kind of doing this more as opposed to water, which is going to go like down, up and down, a slip and slide. And then there's air that might just become aloof and detach, right? We all have our shit. Okay. But service reverse and repel reverse. So your concept of belief right now is if I repel and run away and don't offer and or don't speak of it, it doesn't exist. Meaning if it verbally does not come out of my mouth, then it doesn't exist and it will go away and somehow it will be fixed. Yet your heart, ironically, is never feeling the same way. But you're living in the 3D in the aspect of you keep following this way of being because you're Earth. The concept of Earth and the way that Earth thinks is, if you want something to grow, you do these things over and over and over, and eventually it will grow or get better, or it's what we do. But I think you're realizing that at the end of the day, if someone doesn't give acts of service and love and or give you things that are going to help your growth in any sort of way, inevitably you're going to repel anyone that is an act of service away from you. Period. So this could be so many different things. This could be people staying in situations that are not healthy. This could be people not getting results that they want in life because they're repelling people and or services away from them based on their own self-imposed imprisonment, assumptions, foundations, you know what I mean? Belief systems, stubbornness, essentially, right? Because we could get and name it all day long. And what Spirit is saying is if you would stop just running, in a sense, and if you took this and flipped this upside down, and you repelled from the people that were toxic, and you started coming forward to the people that create active service and or have created a positive environment in some aspect of your life, and gave more of the energy to those, and obviously your, kiddos and, those kind of vibes, you know what I mean? You would repel naturally by giving an act of service people that are not good for you. Why? Because when you're only around and or let's just say this, if you have people that you want to be around and you're giving everyone the exact amount of time, but let's just say you do maybe have a couple people that show that they're a little bit more caring, and in some aspects, like they create some like they would say to you about you is, you helped me grow through this, just like you'd be able to say, I've been able to have some good. That's what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a very personal, you'll know. No one would know besides you in spirit, okay? But if it's someone that basically is a very selfish, overindulgent person or people, you're going to repel any people that create any sort of service, because anyone that creates service, for instance, a light worker, someone like me, a spiritual coach in some aspects, they're going to leave because they see people who don't know how to give to others as essentially selfish. And or people, not necessarily that they don't give to others, people that can't accept people to allow them to give. Why? Because we can't always buy people things. So sometimes the only thing that we can do is allow service to serve others in certain ways. And if we're repelling people that truly do care about us, then who are we going to have around us? Essentially no one, or be toxic people that are similar to us and or, it can go on, right? And then we have tribulations. I'm so sorry, you guys. This is part of my speech therapy, and as you guys know, I am deaf. Yeah, part deaf. Anyways. That's part of my meditation, basically on the first, 15 years of my life, I couldn't hear anything. But anyways, that's part of why I have a speech impediment. So, moving on from that. Adaption and tribulations. See, Spirit just said, if you calm down your ADHD, you might be able to communicate. So, I'm trying to hide it so the people that get super OCD don't get triggered. So, adaption's all about realizing that when we are around people of service, it is easier to adapt in a positive way because we have those people around us. That doesn't mean we had to be around people that give, and that doesn't mean we had to give everything and or a certain amount. There shall not be expectations. But we shall know in our heart, okay, this person literally says all these things and they can be a butt plug every other day. You know what I mean? Is that the same as the person that literally is a tour on? I don't know why a tour on. A moron every day of their life. I don't know, some of you are dealing with a Taurus, like an actual Taurus. So like when I lived at the beach, we called Taurons. So I don't know, maybe some of you live in maybe a more worldly area where you don't see as many people. And so the Taurons, like the people from the city, come and they're all just very unaware of how sometimes intrusive they can be to environments when exploring different ones, right? Anyways. And sometimes it's hard to adapt in certain aspects. Also, how can we adapt in positive ways if we choose to only have negative people around us? So like if we're and that goes as in any relationship that we have in your life. If you can't be away from someone, if you're away from someone and you can only be toxic, you should never be with that person again until you're healthy. Period. Because if you join back together, you will repel anyone away from you. Why? Because you both are still toxic. You won't know how to serve anyone other than thyself, because thy will become over thy indulgent. And thy will not know how to adapt to any settings other than toxic settings. Also, that usually has to do with childhood. In some aspect, there was someone and or family history of toxicness. We all have it, period. And for those that ever get embarrassed, never be ashamed, ever. Because we cannot even be ashamed of ourselves, in a sense that we're here to experience growth. And how can we grow in things we do not know? And that person did not know, because there's never been enough education on how to help anyone in some sort of essential growth. Wow, the energy just got super strong right now, and my ears are like buzzing really bad right now, and it's kind of hard to channel. Because everything is relevant within itself, within us. But what we can realize is the tendencies that could be similar and maybe tweak them a little to create a way of service so it's not maybe the same. And instead of repelling all that is good and bad and indifferent, we can actually create tribulations and personal expansion and growth throughout all ancestry, mankind, ourselves, our environments, and the people that we come in contact with. Meaning we don't have to adapt anymore. We just need to serve ourselves in a way of love and understanding, our period. And giving ourselves a pat on the back, period. Yet not enabling ourselves and putting us in toxic situations that are going to make us want to self-sabotage, because we are humans, again, experiencing the 3D realm. And we will not repel all that is good, trying to help change us on our personal growth. Instead of repelling all that is good and going back to toxic bullshit and then wondering why we ended up where we did. Then we also, through these lessons of our own personal growth, can realize that since we chose to be adaptable and understanding and open and loving our ancestors, ourselves, our family, our friends, our partners, our children, our everything, our furry little friends, and we choose to adapt just our way of thinking, in a sense, that creates energetic waves that, quite frankly, mutate, and then through the fixed way of being, you then took fixed energy, mutated it, and created a whole new generational system of personal growth within your family and yourself. Family would be long-term, because it would take self-discipline to maintain, for people to see the patterns of the change, to be able to understand enough to be able to want to come forward and ask questions once their egos and prides kind of just started going away, and that will never go away until you get healthier, right? Right. Okay, so that is going to be Earth. So now we're going to be doing my lovely lady lumps. I don't know what that means. She's got me spinning. Okay. Spending all my money on me. Okay, well, no one's spending all your anything. You choose to do things, and we're not trees. Okay, yeah, exactly. Ritual reverse. So whatever this is about, this is water. No, I think that's air. Yeah, I'm wrong. This is air because this card reminded me. So this is air. I apologize. But this is air. So air. Fuck. Am I wrong or right, Spirit? Okay. No, I'm going with water. Spirit says trust your gut, so I need to trust. Oh, sorry guys, that is a bag. I'll put that over there. See, it's not messy. I'm like, wow, kitty's playing with bags. Oh, hello, sweet stuff. Oh. I put essential oil on her earlier. Okay. So, sorry guys, I'm so trashy lately. I have some... Anyways, it's not about me. So, obviously I have so much going on, I can't even fucking paint my fingernails. I guess I could, right? It's just, I'm too... Yeah, anyways. Vanity is the opposite of my problem, but cleanliness is close to godliness. So as long as I shower, obviously routinely, then that's my vanity is showering. I'm a fucking clean fucking freak. But anyways, here we go. You would never know. So, water. Water. You okay. Right off the bat, before I even look at these 3 cards, I can't even look at them because I'm already getting a channel message. For all my water signs, you have to go to water. You have to go to water. You have to go to water. You have to go get grounded. Water signs. We need to talk about, and this should just be the whole thing, your cleanliness. If you have water in your universal, they call it tropical, I call it universal. Universal or Hindu chart, right? Because sometimes there's patterns. I don't care if it's the same sign or not. Whatever. If you have water, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, in your chart, you have to go to water. You have to cleanse yourself in the shower and bath. Listen, I'm not done talking. In a clean environment. The reason it is so important is, my loves, you are water signs. When it comes to your emotional foundation, and I didn't realize that and find this out until this year, okay? That's where your manifesting is. So if we don't go to water or wash in water and or let's just say we do things in dirty environments. I literally had to make myself clean a bathroom, not because it was anything other than I had to remind myself this is important. Stop pushing it away. Because that is how we manifest. If in that environment is where your power is, my loves. So if you're not able to go out and be near water, because usually, quite frankly, let's be honest, because we don't bring ourselves there. We've all been there. No judgment. Be kind to yourself and accept the fact that it is what it is and we are humans. Again, we're stuck here on the 3D, so we might as well learn. Our way of being able to manifest is through water. So if we're not drinking enough of it, if we're not showering and bathing in clean environments, if we're not going to oceans and rivers and lakes and all the above, or one of the above, right? Because it doesn't have to be every single one. Stop being a perfectionist. That's not what this is about. There's nothing perfect about the 3D. So stop trying to be perfect in the 3D. Because there's nothing perfect outside of the 3D. It's all expansion and growth. But Spirit is saying the only card for you, my loves, that came up reverse is ritual. That is because our ritual, our way of manifesting, creating our regimens, our routines, our beings to the core, my water babies. If this is in your sun or moon, in any of your charts, this is important. Or rising, sorry. We have to be making this a priority before so many things. But I'm not going to tell you what that is because you will know what that is for you. Okay? Because I don't really know, right? We're all different. Your guides know and you know. As soon as you feel guilty, that is your guide. Stop feeling guilty. Be kind to yourself and understand you do things for certain ways, but that doesn't mean you can't make it an important. Okay? This purely is all about water. So some of us are not, or all of us, I feel like, because enough, we can always technically. This is where your healthier conscious, your connection, your manifestation, anything that you feel like you're lacking is because of this. That's how important Spirit wants us to realize it is for you guys right now, okay? We need to make this a huge, huge, huge regimen, routine, way of being. If we want to start creating or removing blockages or moving up, the stages of spirituality. Because it's quite frankly what makes us strong at spirit and spirituality and or a stronger spiritual person all has to do with regimen, routines, and balance. Because fear and ego is always going to try to destroy our regimen and routines. And balancing the 3D with the 7D on a 5D conscious level through spiritual ways, bringing it in our 3D games that we have to do every day of our life that we don't want to do, but we have to do them. This is what's going to keep us spiritually controlled by ourselves, right? In spirit. This is what's going to create us to be able to manifest. And this is what's going to save our life. It's really that important. Subdue is what we could be. If you feel like things are subdued, not really, not really growing as fast essentially as it could be, or subdued, very mild, very kind of bleak, boring, like dull, like I need, there's just a sense of like if I had a little bit of more oomph, or you know what I mean, like a little bit of more. Well, that's the thing, my love, is this water, my love, regenerate, really? Invigorate, really? Can we get any more water vibes right now? Sorry, I'm channeling, so now that I'm having to read and channel, I keep having to jump in 70, 3D, 70, and that's why, like, when I look, I keep having to pause. Because other cards, it's just different, okay? It's just different. The herbs are different. It's just different. So I keep having, so if you hear me pause, it's because I'm trying to, like, jump from channeling 3D to 7. Anyways, it is what it is. Okay? So this is so frustrating. I don't like, this is why I haven't wanted to use this deck, is I don't like jumping between, like, worlds. I like just picking one, and usually it's the 70, which I'm learning. I guess I have to be more involved in that. It's too hard, just like how you guys feel, right? Okay. Regenerate. We regenerate within our souls. Our souls are all about our regimen and our routines and our ways of being able to cleanse ourselves and purify ourselves. Okay, so let's say if some of us are spiritual, or spiritual is even a religious aspect for me. But I know that I don't like boxes, and we all know this. I do not do boxes. The world is round, and I'm a star, like all of us, right? I mean, we are made of dead matter, falling star. Anyways, going on, right? We can regenerate all of our power, all of our luck, all of our everything we need through one thing. I mean, think, if we were a religious, spiritual person, how can you be religious and spiritual if you're not allowing yourself a place to be able to sit quietly and connect with whatever it is that's important to you? If you don't even, half of us in the world don't even realize that, in a sense, we're empaths. Quotation marks, exactly. To me, an empath is someone that literally just has a heart that might be broken so many times in their life that they're very fragile, and they can pick up energy like that. Because the little dead matter in their body, right? And some people go to God. How can we go and connect when we have all these chaotic people and things around us? We have to create a safe space so we can be able to listen and hear. Regenerate. Once we regenerate, we become more chill and subdued, in a sense that things also don't become so, because we also know we'll have that special time to connect with whoever it is that we connect to, right, spiritually. And it creates an invigorating new experience of a fresh excitement within us and awareness that we have the power and control to allow ourselves a way of being that inevitably opens our eyes up to our soul, to our spiritual leader, God, or whatnot, to each their own, right? We are all unicorns. They're all different here, okay? And I have leprosy on my skin, so just saying. We do not go off of anything, and I'm not flicking anyone off. I'm sorry, I'm trying to hide the fingernail. Okay? We all are a perfect blend of brothers and sisters, females and masculines, and we have it all in us. That's why we can be very bold and in each other's face at times, and that's why we can cry in each other's face sometimes. And we all want to be heard. All of us. And you are heard. Stop telling yourself you're not. Because you are. You need to start listening to yourself too. And until you bless yourself with what you lack and your soul needs and that connection, that's when stuff will literally start expanding. And all the things that really bother you don't seem to be that big of a deal anymore. Okay? Okay, my beautiful souls, that is going to be for my water signs. And now we're stepping into earth, okay? No, I'm sorry, air. Oh, fuck. So this person might have... See? And God's like, okay, well, we don't, you know... Okay, we just sweared. Well, you know, yeah, we're working on that. I got a lot of things I'm working on, right? Like we all do. But we must be kind to ourselves, for he is to us. Anyways, okay, so air. I am a little concerned. Okay, air. We need to calm down. I immediately just saw, like, what's going, like, I don't even know. I don't understand. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, so we're not nurturing ourselves. Nurture and caution is reverse. Strength and clarity is upright. Spirit, I'm going to get one for... Oh, fuck, I was supposed to do that. So courage was going to be for fire. No. Courage was going to... Who was right after we first did fire? Yeah, so earth was going to be courage. What was water going to be? What was the bottom for water? And water, you were going to have enhance, which was reverse. Indigo. Okay, cool. Indigo. We actually, me and my... Yeah, that's funny. Indigo is all about spiritualness. So, again, by going to water, you're gonna, well, literally, you're not able to connect spiritually right now, babies, until you go and make this a point of your regimen. This is a monthly, weekly thing that you prioritize to yourself to make it important so you can connect, okay? To the earth or God or both. We do not judge and we do not insult here. We are open to understanding the fact that we don't always understand what we think we understand. But hate is never going to solve anything. Neither is self-torture on oneself for wrongdoing. Okay, so, Spirit, please tell me the caution for my lovely air. Air, you could be trying to nurture yourself and essentially... Why too? Okay, so I just want to... Is this a subconscious fear? Is this a subconscious fear? I might have to stop, like, doing tarot and just start channeling. No, who is on the bottom? Because that's who wanted to come up. You guys tried to distract it. Uh-oh. Wow, Earth. Okay, this has to be air and earth. I don't understand what's happening. Why do I keep saying that? That's really bothering me. Air, air, air. Okay, you know what? Spirit, give me 3 for air. 1. 3 for air, please. 3 for air, please, Spirit. Spirit, can you please give me 3 for air, my loves? My lovely lady loves. Okay, 1 more. That was mystery. And yeah, I'm moving. I have a sensory disorder, so I fidget a lot. I have ADD, and I'm not medicated. So, voila. Well, even if I was medicated, I don't think they'd have enough medication in the... what is medicated? But do you know what I mean? Actually, that's a lie, because I completely smoke weed. So, well, I mean, that's a lie, meaning I don't need to share everything with the world, but I'm just saying that's a lie. I did not mean that like I was like a fucking, Lord knows I'm fucked up. But what I'm saying is all the medicine in the world would not help my ADD. Just saying. Here we are. So, and that's what makes me special. No, I'm just kidding. As special as all of us, right? I meant special, meaning I'm weirder than fuck. But here we are. So, abundance, dream, and resourcefulness is reverse. Okay? Okay. So, right off the bat, resourcefulness is in reverse. I do not like that at all. Okay? Of course, you're going to be complicated. That's okay. So, right off the bat, someone's dreaming. I feel like someone might be interrupting someone's dream state. And Spirit is worried that this person essentially isn't as emotionally involved and wise as one thinks, meaning someone's intentions aren't right. For instance, this would be like this, okay? This would be like me. I'll use me as an example because that's all I can do. And then I can throw examples out there of things and people that I've met, but that could be anyone, right? I strip myself. For instance, I have not, when I don't, someone is not as healthy as the other person. So what I'm hearing is someone basically self-inflicts others when they don't get what they want. This essentially could be witchcraft. I'm not going to lie. And someone doesn't. And although you want something, we can't always stop where people are. And if people literally are so obsessed with one that they have to do these things, whether they work or not, let's just say someone was doing something to someone that was some sort of negative intent, right? Or to get something that helped them in some sort of beneficial way, right? And then you are a spiritual person. You did all your moral compass. You had all your ducks in your row. You did all your hard work. You sat by yourself. You didn't have ill intent. You used the time for growth. You didn't sleep around and get transferred all these different, like, what do you call them? Like, energies and et cetera, right? You followed your moral compass. And you were hoping that someone else would follow their moral compass. They might not have. And so let's just say I followed all my ducks. I followed my moral compass. God's like, you did it. High five. Hands up. Although every day is going to be a daily struggle, right? And then you come to a point where it's like the forgiving. Like, well, I don't have any ill intent towards anyone. Or maybe you just never have, but you got through the testimonies and experiences you were having to go through. This person might have been doing things or could be doing things where Spirit is kind of, like, caution. Where's their humility? Where's their nurturing spirit? Because they weren't doing it, but you didn't see it. Resourcefulness. Where was their resources when you showed yours? Kind of thing, right? And then Spirit's saying, because I see you as becoming abundant in gifts and connecting with the divine. I see you as having a clear path and clarity on what's ahead of you. I see you as having strength to be able to realize that when you are pure, God is there. For instance, I don't even know the last time I had sex. It was a while ago, especially for me. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Why I did it for myself. Anyways, moving on. You could be dreaming, or someone could be trying to intrude your dreams, or you could be manifesting your dreams. Some people manifest in their dreams. I'm not that kind of person, personally. That's just not the way my dreams work. Yeah. But some people are able to, okay? I am able to sometimes solve problems in my dreams, I guess, if one wants to call that manifesting, sure, but I don't really, that's not really the same, okay? If someone was to enter me in a dream, it would take me out of that original, different dimension that I was in. Anyways, so, in other words, one wouldn't be able to. Now, I am worried that someone, well, I mean, that doesn't really... Okay, Geminis, we're going to get clarifiers for these and then we're going to be done. So, why did I say Geminis now? What the fuck is going on? Okay, we're going to do one card for each element of air and then one together, okay? So, please give me one card for Geminis since that's what I just wanted to say. Spirit, may you please give me a card for Gemini? Spirit, my love, thank you. Gemini, you did get strength. It could be reversed. It could not be. If it is, you're not feeling like you don't have the strength, okay? So, if you don't feel like you have the strength, you need to work on that, and you shouldn't be dilly-dallying in anything until you have strength. It could be that you attraction, but you don't have the strength to tell someone the truth about something. I just got told that, okay? Don't worry. Well, I mean, it's up to you. If you're with a psychic, they already know, so you can lie to them, but they're always going to make you feel like you're telling the truth. That's how I am, at least. Like, someone can lie to me, and I'm still going to make you believe that. Like, because why? You wouldn't tell me anyways, so what the fuck is the matter? Well, then maybe that's more like a high priestess. Okay. Oh, wow. So sometimes Spirit might be telling someone, this could be a Taurus, Gemini. Wow, that was really weird. That someone is doing some sort of ritual to make someone connect with them and be attracted to them. The crazy thing is, I think that that's the case. This person doesn't realize that. It's kind of sad, actually, because you would go to this person with or without that. But I think Spirit wants you to know that although this person might look like something, they actually have a lot of insecurities. And Spirit might be a little worried that since they don't trust that you, and that they don't trust that they deserve you, inevitably. If someone has to do any sort of dark things, which I consider magic, dark things, magic and manifesting are completely different, and I'm sick of people trying to blur identities in that kind of way. No, the world, in the 3D world, it's made of categorizing. Stop blending categorizing. If we chose categorizing, stop trying to make the 3D world something that it's not. Period. If you try controlling someone's life by doing something, that is telling the universe, Spirit, the universe, nature, energy, the string theory, right? This thing that puts it all together, that one does not feel worthy enough that they are going to ever be able to have it. So in other words, they don't trust that Spirit would ever give it to them. Or they don't trust that God would give it to them. Well, the thing is God actually will never allow you to not have something that's not right for you. But they're not going to give it to you if it's not the right time. Why? Because they know all. Whether they is God for you and or energy, which technically God created energy, and that's, anyways, some believe, and I'm saying that because I realize not everyone is religious, right? In any belief system that you have, energy is energy. So if I believe I'm a motherfucking unicorn in a uniform, then my ass is a unicorn in a uniform. And ain't no one gonna tell me different. But I still, at the end of the day, had to follow my moral compass and say, okay, well, this uniform is not working out. It's really uncomfortable. So we need to take the uniform off, bring it to the cleaners, get it fixed, kick it out, with the unicorn friends in a different outfit for a while until your uniform, our soul uniform aligns. And then at that time, you go back to the person and or the new situations in front of you and you move forward. Now, when someone's trying to create a ritual to connect with someone, and they're trying to create essentially when they're trying to appear as someone they're not. Thank you, Spirit. That's not spending the time that they needed to create nurturing for themselves and their soul and their heart, like you have. That's like basically someone being in a relationship and you're single and they're in a relationship and then they leave someone and then they think it's the same, even though you've been the one by yourself doing all the hard work. That's what you call a 3D fucktard right there. No, I'm just kidding. That's not nice, but I am Gemini. The reality is when you nurture yourself, you have the strength to believe and know that you can have anything through hard work and dedication. But when you feel as though, my love, that you can't attract anything, you need to be cautious because you're right. You can't attract when you're paranoid. And when you don't believe that it's even possible. Because what you're saying to Spirit is, I need to work on myself and I don't value myself and the amazing person that I am. Usually because you listen to all the 3D fucktards running around the world. Pardon me for swearing again, but like I say, God, you made me, so I am who I am. Does that mean I could say FFF? Well, yeah, I will. When my paycheck should be $1,400 or $1,700 and they think they can get away paying me $400 to $800, fuck, no, is what you're going to hear a million times. And bitch, that's illegal. But at the end of the day, until you understand and put your big girl, big boy pants on and move forward, and create these new beginnings for yourself and new opportunities and new connections where you're feeling yourself, because you realize, why the fuck would I not feel myself? Look how many experiences in my life that I've done by myself. What is there not to love about yourself? What does weight? What does looks? What does brains? What does school? What the fuck does marriage have anything to do with all the hard stuff you've gone through your whole entire life by yourself that's made you who you are? That has nothing to do with anyone but you. And until you learn to give yourself credit Nothing in the world will make you happy. Nothing. Because you can't even look and be proud of yourself, my loves, for the shit that you've came through, overcame, and allowed yourself to break through. By yourself. Not a marriage, not a relationship, not a toxic person, not a toxic family member, not magic, nothing else. Purely you and your strength, your experiences, and your understanding. Hi, baby. You see a ghost? It's okay. They come here often. It's weird it's not getting you. Are you protecting me? It's okay. So, my recommendations, okay? Here. My recommendations, it's okay, I'm fine. Okay, you're gonna protect me? Okay. Trust me, baby, I'm fine. Here. Regenerate, reverse. Regenerate yourself is what this is meaning, my loves. You know what I'm going to say. Nature, nature, nature. Okay? I don't need to say it anymore. Is going to invigorate a new excitement in life. A new believing in yourself. A new understanding that I fucking did all of this shit in my life. By myself. And no matter what compliment in the world anyone gives me. That was a cat that you saw walking back there. That's nothing compared to the shit that I've experienced and went through that allowed me to be who I am today. And I am proud because I did this shit all by myself. Okay. Well, that was deeper than shit. Welcome to channeling. I always forget. I'm like, oh, this will take 5 minutes. Like, I can't channel, and then here it is. So, yeah. Resourcefulness was that. So, realizing how resourceful you are, how you just can adapt, no matter what fucking happens. You guys are like fucking scorpionics that way. The only distance and difference is the fact that you can quite frankly float away and never come back. And Scorpios can burn shit alive and walk away and never look back. Yet we both think back. So it does impact us. We cannot be deceived by ourselves. And we have to acknowledge that. That's part of our lessons. Okay? Just like Earth needs to remember that they need to stop doing the same shit over and over because it used to work at one stage, like 100,000 years ago, right? And it obviously doesn't, but we don't get it, right? And just like fire, we don't need to burn shit down and the whole world down because you know what? We kind of do like every now and then being able to talk with people, right? We all got our fucking shit. Balancing our shit, realizing how balanced we are compared to what we used to be, and being proud of ourselves for that change, and for our creator of which allowed us to be able to understand, grow, and experience in it, and still be alive today enough to be able to explain it to each other and others in ways of growth and communication. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really, really appreciate my amazing, amazing tribe so very much. Thank you so much for all that you do for this channel. Thank you for being present, and thank you for wanting to work on your own expansion and personal growth as we break through our shadow, realizing a shadow, quite frankly, is nothing other than our 3D reality, which is ego and fears, which is a lot of everything, but it's also we're slowly just understanding who we are as people within a depth that most people do not even realize. And when we realize who we are and who we were and why we do not only do we break family traumas, bonds, and issues in our life, we actually can start to love and forgive ourselves and realize that we all are the same, yet we all are so fucking different. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Peace, guys. Okay, I tried. That was funny. I did that because I tried eye the figure, and then I'm like, okay, you guys know. Bye.